This video is about the Marvel Comics Tower of Shadow comic book series, which was retitled Creatures on the Loose, starting with issue number 10. After this introduction screen, the entire 37-issue series, which ran from 1969 to 1975, is presented in chronological order. Tower of Shadows was about horror and fantasy, and designed to compete with DC Comics' successful launches of House of Mystery and House of Secrets. Tower of Shadows, like its companion comic, Chamber of Darkness, sold poorly. This was despite cover art by John Romita, Marie Severin, Jack Kirby, and Bernie Wrightson, and stories written by Jim Steranko, Johnny Craig, Stan Lee, Roy Thomas, Gerry Friedrich, Neal Adams, Len Wein, H.P. Lovecraft, and more. An interior story art by Jim Steranko, Johnny Craig, John Romita, John Buscema, Don Heck, Neal Adams, Marie Severin, Gene Colan, and more. Tower of Shadows was retitled Creatures on the Loose with issue number 10, and the cover and lead story was about King Kull, and that story was written by Roy Thomas with story art by Bernie Wrightson. Starting with issue number 11 and through issue number 15, the covers featured monsters, with cover art by Jack Kirby, Marie Severin, and Gil Kane. Creatures on the Loose included new stories by artists Herb Trimpe in issue number 11, Sid Shores in issue number 12, and Reed Crandall in issue number 13, and then became all reprint until issue number 16. Gulliver Jones, Warrior of Mars, a science fiction character, was introduced with issue number 16 and was written by Roy Thomas with cover and story art by Gil Kane. He was originally created by author Edwin L. Arnold in his 1905 book, Lieutenant Gulliver Jones, His Vacation. This was before the 1912 start of the long-running Edgar Rice Burroughs' Mars series of science fiction stories, which heavily featured the adventures of the Earthman John Carter, who had been teleported to Mars, where he became romantically involved with Dejah Thoris. Gulliver Jones continued in the series on both the covers and interior stories through issue number 21. The cover artist for all the Gulliver Jones issues was Gil Kane, except for issue number 21, for which the cover artist was Jim Steranko. Starting with issue number 22, Fangor was featured on the covers and interior stories through issue number 29. Fangor was a sword and sorcery character created by author Lynn Carter and stylized after Conan the Barbarian and set in ancient Lemuria. Lynn Carter even contributed to some stories. Roy Thomas, who was Marvel's associate editor at the time, later revealed that Fangor had been the company's first choice when Marvel decided to publish a licensed fantasy character rather than the eventual hit Conan the Barbarian. Conan was chosen over Fangor due to financial reasons. For Fangor, the cover artists were Jim Steranko for issue number 22, John Romita for issue number 23, 24, 26, and 28, Gil Kane for issue number 25 and 29, and Vicente Alcazar and Marie Severin for issue number 27. Starting with issue number 30, Man-Wolf was featured on the covers and interior stories through issue number 37, which was the final issue of the series. Man-Wolf was John Jameson, the werewolf son of Spider-Man supporting character J. Jonah Jameson. John Jameson was once an astronaut and had been romantically involved with She-Hulk. In this series, Man-Wolf was depicted as a god to an alien race. For Man-Wolf, the cover artists were Gil Kane for issue number 30, 31, 35, 36, and 37, John Romita for issue number 32, Gil Kane and John Romita for issue number 33, and George Perez for issue number 34. In the near future, do you want more horror, monster, barbarian, and science fiction comic books published? For information about the video, see the video description section. Please like and subscribe.